Welcome to Monday morning Medical Qigong class. My name is Mary Frances, and I am one of Henry Junwali's Medical Qigong students. Thank you for joining us. We are working on the Golden 8 series today. If this series is new to you, don't feel like you have to learn all of the exercises all at once. The more often you practice them, the more familiar they will become for you. And then after class, we can have questions, and I think we might even have a chit chat with Henry, maybe. So let's go ahead and get started. We're opening up, hip width, shoulder width apart, a little wider is okay. We're settling into the space, letting the bottoms of the feet melt into the earth. Relaxing the knees, relaxing the low back, relaxing the shoulders. The tip of the tongue is touching the roof of the mouth. We're breathing in and out through the nose. And then with the hands in loose fists, we're going to start swaying from side to side. You may want to be more gentle as you begin with this motion. Gently, gently warming up the low back. We're still breathing in and out through the nose. Allowing the breath to enter deep into the torso. And then as we're twisting, as we're turning, we're going to allow that lead arm to start traveling up towards the opposing shoulder. Once again, never moving into pain. So keeping the movements as subtle as needed to make your body happy. Taking away a little bit of the momentum, allowing that lead arm to come back down the body. And then releasing the hands. Transitioning, so we're widening the stance so we can start opening up the channels and the tissues of the lower half of the body. Continuing on. Traveling down the inner aspect of the legs towards just above the ankle or wherever it's comfortable for you. Before then, working to the outside, the lateral aspect of the legs, coming on up towards the glutes and the hips. Once you reach the glutes, sliding that left foot closer to the right, maintaining that hip width, shoulder width distance. And then continuing with the tapping into the tissues of the low back. Promoting greater chi and blood flow in the musculature of the low back, waking up the kidneys. Placing the palms at the low back, circling down the sides and up the spine. Resting the palms at the low back, closing the eyes. Inhaling, guiding the breath and the chi to the low back, allowing it to fill up with energy. Exhaling, allowing that energy to flow to wherever it's needed in the body. Inhaling, guiding the breath and the chi to greet the palms at the low back. Exhaling, allowing the energy to flow to wherever it's needed. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Allowing the mind to relax into the breath. Allowing the breath to relax the body. And allowing the chi to flow freely to wherever it's needed. Letting the arms come back down towards the sides. Gently opening the eyes and closing, bringing that left foot back to the right. Continuing on with our Golden 8 exercise series, opening. The lung and large intestine, reach for happiness, inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. And out. Moving now at your own pace, working with your breath to allow one movement to flow into the next. Getting ready to close. Closing. Our second exercise, the heart, small intestine exercise, the archer. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Inhaling and continuing on at your own pace. Allowing the breath to guide the movement. Getting ready to close. Closing. Our spleen stomach exercise between heaven and earth. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. And exhaling. Going at your own pace. Letting the exercise become your own. Getting ready to close. Closing. Our pericardium Sanjiao exercise. Turn and look back. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. And exhaling. Getting ready to close. Closing. Our liver gallbladder exercise, twist and release. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Experiencing every tiny movement and moment of the exercise. Getting ready to close. Closing. Our kidney urinary bladder exercise. Thank for health. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling back to the start. Now allowing your breath to draw forth the movement. Getting ready to close. Closing our Ren channel exercise, energy punch. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Inhaling and exhaling. Getting ready to close. Closing. And in our dew channel exercise, energy jump, it's in 2 parts. Inhaling and exhaling. Part 2, inhaling as the arms come up, exhaling as they come down. Closing. Keeping those feet together so we can retain all the amazing, wonderful energy that you've been cultivating over the past 27 minutes or so. We're going to bring the palms together for our facial rejuvenation exercises. Our magic number is 9. Washing the face. And wiping the brow and under the eye. Up and down the entirety of the nose. Circles, 9 circles in and then 9 out. Imagining just underneath the pupil at the cheekbone. Dredging the channels of the scalp using all the fingertips. Brushing through all the way from the anterior hairline to the posterior hairline 9 times. Beating the drum. And then grasping, massaging the ear. Popping the cork. Uniting the Ren channel and the Du channel, 9 circles in and then out. Massaging the jaw. Brushing down the throat 12 times total or 6 times each side. Continuing down the breastbone. Simply placing the palms of the lower dantian, 3 to 4 finger breaths beneath the belly button. We're closing the eyes. Bringing the mind's awareness, the mind's eye, the mind intent to the lower dantian. As we inhale, guiding the breath in the chi to the lower dantian, allowing it to fill up with energy. Exhaling, allowing that energy to settle and store so that you may be able to use it throughout the rest of your day. Inhaling, guiding the breath in the chi to the lower dantian, filling it up with energy. Exhaling, allowing that energy to settle and store so that you may utilize it throughout the rest of your day. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace, allowing the mind to relax into the breath, allowing the breath to relax the body, and allowing the chi to settle and store so that you may use it throughout the rest of your day. Thank you, everyone, so very much. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Monday. Yay, Henry's here. Woohoo!
Hi, good morning.
Very loud.
I'm back. I just got back yesterday from the mountains. So thank you for joining us. Let's see. So I was up in the ancient bristlecone pine forest. This is over in Eastern California. But I have three announcements or three things I want to share with you today. One, the most important is, we are in summer, but there is a season that comes after summer, right? And so fall season is coming. And for us in Chinese medicine and Qigong, fall season starts August 7th. So August 7th is a little over 2 weeks from now. Okay, so we're gonna do a special class on the fall season. It's actually gonna be over 2 days. First day is more kind of overview, and we're gonna talk about different practices you can do, what fall season is about, foods, nutrition, things like that. Things that you can do for your health, because fall season is very important, especially this year. We have COVID, unfortunately, and on top of that, we have flu season. Okay, so fall season for us in Chinese medicine is about your lung and large intestine. Okay, so lungs especially important, so respiratory things, and so we're projected to have a very terrible season with both of those things going around this year. So if you can join us, that'll be really good. So I'll put the exact dates and times together. So there'll be more detail that I'm going to put up on Meetup later this week, so you'll know the details of how to join us for that event. Okay, so it'll be a Saturday, Sunday thing. And then, okay, so that's one. Two is the comet. I've been chasing the comet around California. So earlier last week, I was in Joshua Tree, and then this past weekend, I went up to a place called the Ancient Bristlecone Pine Forest, also a place that's by Mount Whitney. Some of you may know Mount Whitney is like the tallest peak in the contiguous 48 states. It's over 14,000 feet. It's about a 3-hour drive from here to like the base of Mount Whitney. But around there's these really cool, beautiful rock formations and things. And of course, you get to see Mount Whitney, the big mountain. And so this valley is called Owens Valley. It's between the Eastern Sierra Mountains range and then the White Mountain range. Okay. And then on the White Mountains, there's the Bristlecone Pine Forest. If you've never been there before, it's a magical place. I'm about to show you some photos. Okay. But it's a magical place. I love that area. It is over 10,000 feet. So the air is very thin up there. So if you're not used to altitude, be very careful. But these trees live thousands of years old, and they look really majestic and just otherworldly. So I'm going to show you that in just a sec. I'll share some photos. So that's the comet stuff. And if you haven't seen a comet yet, it's actually getting better and better. I was surprised, partly because it's getting closer and closer to Earth, and it's going to make its closest approach to Earth, I believe, on the night of the 22nd. So I was actually got back to LA last night. We went to Malibu. So Malibu is actually a really good place to go. You can go up Malibu. There's like the Topanga Lookout Trail, and there's some just various points you can pull off to the side of the road. Anywhere we can get above the Malibu Mountains, it's about 2,000 feet high. And from there, you want to have a view towards the northwest. And we were able to actually see the comet with our naked eye last night. So because it's getting higher and higher up in the sky, and it's also getting farther from the sun, so that when the sun sets, it's darker and you're able to really see the comet. So the best time to see it is somewhere around an hour and a half after sunset. Before then, there's still light in the sky. After then, it may get too low where it starts to really hit the light pollution. So somewhere in between the hour and a half after sunset is a really good time to be able to see it, where it's still clear high up in the sky. Okay, so I recommend going up to Malibu or over to Mount Wilson. Okay, don't try to see it in downtown LA. You'll just see a lot of city lights. and a lot of light pollution. So you probably won't be able to see or you can go out to the beach. That might be another area. Or if you want to go north of LA, that's another good, like Lancaster or Mojave, things like that. So those are going to be like an hour, hour and a half drive though. But it's worth it. It's really beautiful, and you'll be able to actually see it more clearly out there. Okay, so while I was up there, I did a new visual meditation film. So some of you may have seen the videos that I play in the beginning before our class. So there's images of Iceland, and one is like the ocean and mountains, and then the other one is like you're flying over things. So those are like hour-long meditation videos that, you know, I try to make so that you can actually do your Qigong while playing this like on your TV or something like that. It gives you a visual so you get immersed. So this third one is actually in the bristlecone pine forest. So you actually get to meditate amongst these cool trees. Anyway, so now I'm going to show you the photos. Let me set this up. And I'm going to show you a couple of photos of the comet that I took too while I was out there. Okay. So this is one of my favorite trees out there in the ancient bristlecone pine forest. This is just off the road. So if you like drive, you know, it's like 4 hours right to there. You'll get to see some of these beautiful trees. This one looks like it's dead. It probably is, unfortunately, right now, but you'll see a lot of live ones in the background. But they look really gnarled and twisted, and they're really conditioned for this kind of environment where it's like high up, it's dry, and it gets really cold in the wintertime. Okay, so here's another tree. This is further into the pine forest. This is higher up, about 12,000 feet. Okay, so this is where I did my video work up here. So these really cool, and each tree is like really unique. And here's one of my setups here with a camera and slider, just capturing these trees in their native environment. Really beautiful. And this is a sunset that I got. So this is a position I was at for the comet viewing. So after it got dark, I was here also. And you'll see that photo in a second. Okay, so this one I took, this is at the base of Mount Whitney, in a place just next to a town called Lone Pine. And you'll see the comet's actually really bright and huge. And this is with just a 50mm lens, so it's as you would see it with the eye. And those are the cool iconic rocks that are there in Lone Pine. And you can see there's two trails, that there's two tails. There's this one, then there's this larger one. So that smaller one's like the Ion Trail, and then the wider one is the Dust Trail. And they're both pointing away from the sun because the sun's hitting it with the radiation. It's causing these particles to fly. And then this is when I took with the tree. You can see this is actually a wide angle shot. Some of you know photography. This is a 28mm shot, so it's even wider than the previous shot. But up here at 12,000 feet, you have like zero light pollution and very little atmosphere that you have to shoot through. So it's huge. This whole thing is the comet. It takes up like half the shot in the height, more than half the shot in height, with a wide angle lens. And this is that iconic tree that I showed you earlier. All right. So so those three things. So I'll be announcing more details about our fall. So normally I would have a fall retreat in Joshua Tree, but we're unfortunately not able to do that this year. So we're going to do a virtual retreat, and hopefully more of you will be able to make it because we're doing it in a virtual setting. So I'll announce that later this week. And then Comet, please go see it tonight or see it tomorrow night. The conditions are quite clear, so it's a really good time to go see it now. And then, and so I'll be releasing the meditation video hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So thank you very much for joining us. And we hope to see you tomorrow. I think this class, we're approaching class 120 this week, which would be double the 60 cycles. So very key, important class. Okay, so please join us. Please continue to practice. Thank you.